The Galactic Council convened an emergency session on the 14th day of what the humans called the Betelgeuse campaign. I was there as the Zenthari observer tasked with documenting humanity's first major military engagement since joining the galactic community. The situation was straightforward. The Cathari swarm had attacked a joint human-Zenthari mining colony in the Betelgeuse sector. 40,000 colonists dead. The attack was unprovoked, barbaric, and in clear violation of council law. The Cathari were an aggressive species, but they had calculated their move carefully. The colony was small, remote, lightly defended. They expected the council to condemn the action, perhaps impose sanctions, but ultimately do nothing. It's what we always did. They did not account for the humans. Humanity's response came within 6 hours. Not a diplomatic protest, not a council petition, a declaration of war against the entire Cathari swarm. The council was alarmed. Humans had only been spacefaring for 50 years. The Cathari controlled 300 systems. Their military numbered in the millions. They had been a plague on the galactic community for 2 centuries, raiding outlying colonies, but always careful to never provoke a full-scale response from the major powers. We tried to dissuade the humans, offered mediation, suggested sanctions, proposed a strongly worded condemnation. Admiral Chen, humanity's military representative, listened politely to 2 hours of council debate. Then she stood and said 5 words that still echo in my memory. We're going to end them, not defeat them, not repel them, end them. The council dismissed it as human bravado. The Cathari certainly did. They sent a response mocking humanity's primitive military and promising that human worlds would burn next. The human fleet arrived at the first Cathari system 72 hours later. I watched the battle from the council observation vessel. We maintain neutrality in conflicts, but we document everything. It's our purpose, our duty. The Cathari had fortified the system heavily. Orbital defense platforms, minefields, 3 battle fleets. They outnumbered the human force 7-1. The battle lasted 16 minutes. Human ships moved like nothing we had ever seen. Their tactical coordination was perfect. Their weapons were frighteningly efficient. But what terrified me most was their methodology. They didn't just defeat the Cathari fleet, they dismantled it, systematically, almost surgically. Then they destroyed every single military installation in the system, every orbital platform, every defense satellite, every weapons depot. Then they left. They didn't occupy the system, didn't land troops, didn't make demands. They jumped to FTL and moved to the next Cathari system. They're sending a message, my colleague Velshara said, demonstrating their capabilities. We were wrong. The humans hit 7 Cathari systems in 12 days. Same pattern each time. Overwhelming force. Total destruction of military assets, then departure. On day 13, the Cathari sued for peace. That's when I learned what humans truly meant by ending them. The council convened again, this time to receive the human terms. We expected reparations, territory concessions, perhaps war crime trials, standard post-conflict resolutions. Admiral Chen presented a single-page document. The Cathari military will be completely disbanded, she read. All warships will be destroyed. All weapons manufacturing will cease. All military installations will be dismantled. The Cathari will maintain no armed forces of any kind except local police equipped with non-lethal weapons. The Cathari representative exploded. Impossible! We have enemies! We need defense! Admiral Chen didn't even look up from her document. You should have thought of that before you slaughtered 40,000 civilians. The Council will never allow such terms, the Cathari hissed. You cannot disarm an entire species. It's barbaric. Chen finally looked at him. Her expression was cold, empty. We can, she said quietly, and we will. You have 72 hours to begin compliance. For every hour you delay, we will sterilize one of your systems. Sterilize? I asked, though I dreaded the answer. Total destruction of all orbital infrastructure, all spacecraft, all space-capable facilities, Chen explained. We will reduce the Cathari to a pre-industrial civilization if necessary. They will never threaten anyone again. The council chamber erupted, species shouting over each other, accusations of war crimes, demands for human restraint. It was chaos. Admiral Chen waited for silence. When she spoke again, her voice carried across the chamber. "We have a rule on Earth," she said. "We call it the Mercy Rule. In sporting events, when one team is so thoroughly defeating another that continued play becomes cruel, we end the game early. We stop. Not because we can't keep winning, but because grinding a defeated opponent into dust serves no purpose except cruelty." She looked around the chamber. "We are offering the Cathari the Mercy Rule. They can accept complete military disarmament now, maintain their civilian government, keep their economy, preserve their culture, or they can fight, and we will reduce them to a pre-space flight civilization living in ruins. Their choice." "This is not mercy," someone shouted. "This is tyranny." "No," Chen said. "Tyranny is what the Cathari have practiced for 2 centuries while you did nothing. Tyranny is 40,000 dead colonists. Tyranny is every species in this council living in fear of the next Cathari raid but being too civilized to actually do anything about it." She picked up her document. "We are doing something about it. The Cathari have 72 hours. The Cathari chose to fight. I don't know if it was pride or stupidity or a fundamental inability to comprehend what they were facing, but they rejected the terms and mobilized their full military strength. The humans kept their word. System by system, the Cathari military infrastructure disappeared, not through prolonged campaigns or siege warfare, through methodical, ruthless elimination. Human fleets would arrive, destroy all military targets with frightening efficiency, and leave. The Cathari tried everything: conventional tactics, guerrilla warfare, civilian shields. Nothing worked. The humans had one rule: anything military was a target, anything civilian was untouched. They never deviated from that rule. By day 30, the Cathari military had effectively ceased to exist. Their shipyards were debris fields, their defense platforms were scrap metal, their weapons depots were craters. The Cathari government surrendered unconditionally. Admiral Chen accepted the surrender and presented the same terms as before: complete disarmament. The Cathari signed. The Council expected humanity to occupy Cathari space, to install a puppet government, to extract resources or demand tribute, the things victorious powers do. The humans left. They stationed a small monitoring force in Cathari space to verify compliance, but otherwise they simply left. No occupation, no territorial claims, no reparations beyond the complete dismantlement of the Cathari military machine. "I don't understand," I told Admiral Chen during the final council session. "You won decisively. You could dictate any terms. Why this? Why merely disarm them?" She considered my question for a long moment. "We're not conquerors, Counselor," she finally said. "We don't want Cathari territory or Cathari resources or Cathari subjects. We just want the Cathari to stop killing people." "But you were so ruthless." "Yes," she agreed. "We were, because half measures don't work. The Cathari have been raiding colonies for 200 years. The Council condemned them, sanctioned them, negotiated with them, and they kept killing. So we did what was necessary to make them stop, permanently, by destroying their ability to wage war." "Exactly." She smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. "A species without weapons can't hurt anyone. They can still trade, create art, pursue science, live their lives. They just can't build ships designed to murder colonists. And if they try to rearm," the smile vanished, "then we'll come back and finish the Mercy Rule. We'll reduce them to stone tools and campfires if that's what it takes to keep them from hurting people." She stood to leave, then paused. "Your species has a saying, Counselor. Eternal vigilance is the price of liberty. Humans have a different saying. Peace through superior firepower. We will maintain peace in this galaxy. We will protect colonies. We will stop aggressors, not because we enjoy war, because we're willing to finish wars. That was 8 cycles ago. The Cathari remain disarmed, monitored by a small human presence that never interferes in their internal affairs but ensures they maintain no military capability. Their economy has actually improved. Turns out constant military spending was expensive. Other aggressive species have taken notice. Raids on outlying colonies have decreased by 97%. Piracy is at an all-time low. The Cathari serve as a permanent reminder. Humanity will use overwhelming force to ensure peace. The Council still debates whether the human approach was appropriate, whether it set dangerous precedents, whether the mercy rule is actually merciful. I stopped debating it years ago. I visited the Betelgeuse colony last month, saw the memorial, 40,000 names carved in black stone, men, women, children, families who came to that remote world looking for a better life. The Cathari took that from them. The humans made sure the Cathari would never take it from anyone else. The Council calls it concerning. I call it justice. And every night, when I think about how many species lived in fear of the Cathari for 2 centuries while we did nothing but talk, I wonder which approach was truly merciful. The humans offered the Cathari a choice: accept the mercy rule or face complete destruction. The Cathari chose poorly, but they're still here, still alive, still maintaining their civilization, just without the ability to slaughter 40,000 colonists. Perhaps that is mercy after all. The humans certainly think so, and increasingly so do I.